Commonwealth is still on high because the Commonwealth is still stealing territory over here. Although it looks like the Russians have finally put an end to the incursion. But not before the Commonwealth has cut Russia in half. Like, that's quite a nice move there by the Commonwealth. Plot twist, the Bellaton monster was Russia all along. Timurids are sinking the Hindustan fleet. Oh, 18 heavies against 101. Neither of them have leaders. I think that this is just a chance encounter, honestly. Although, does Hindustan have a navy? Timurids have no heavies. Hindustan has 65. So yes, Hindustan has a navy. The Timurids don't, actually. Oh, we got another battle coming in. We got 90,000 against 118,000. Hindustan does have quite a few troops here in defense. This is going to be hills. It is a river crossing. They only get the hill bonus. 129 discipline versus 115 from the Timurids. 8.9 morale versus 8.9, so pretty equal in terms of morale. But the Hindustan just has that discipline edge. But the Timurids have the numbers. They've got 200,000 men coming in here against 88. There's another 66,000 coming in, but I think they're going to get here a little bit too late. I mean, battle is definitely being joined. We've got another 18,000 from Armenia, 266,000 against 137,000, another 40,000 Mamelukes. So the Mamelukes are really throwing their weight in behind the Timurids here. Hindustan trying to rush in, or Bengal trying to rush in a couple more troops, but I don't think they're going to arrive on time. Mamelukes now in the front. Mamelukes with a 10% combat bonus against the Hindustan's 55% combat bonus. So the losses being incurred here, and you can really see just how many Timurids are losing as this fight goes on. And there we go, Hindustan sent packing. A small Bengal army is just going to be destroyed because of one of the bugs in the game, where sometimes they just don't join the fight, like Mamelukes right now. And there we go. Victory for the Timurids. They have managed to hold on to Beira, but at what cost? Hindustan still with 600,000 manpower. The Timurids down to 160. And there is still another 100,000 man stack down here. Austria. I will have a war against Delhi, just as long as I bring both the Netherlands and Prussia with me. And just in case, also Australia. Also Austria. Fight a Russia that I can easily beat? Yeah, how about no? Oh, peace has been declared. And Russia has taken a massive chunk out of Sweden. And still the Emperor does nothing. And thus the HRE died a death by 1,000 cuts. They came for the Swedes, and they did nothing. They came for the Prussians, and yet they did nothing. They came for the Commonwealth, and yet they did nothing. And then they came for Bellaton, but by then it was too late. So Hindustan being involved in these two wars. Afghanistan is sticking by this. Unfortunately, Afghanistan is AI, so as soon as Afghanistan's war enthusiasm goes down to low, Hindustan could just piece them out. Oh, which is dodgy as hell. Definitely need to create a rule for no declaring on vassals. I'm going to make a note of that. Just so I remember. Because I usually finish the multiplayer and then just completely switch off. These sessions are usually quite intense. So, Russia has done their promised. They've struck out against a weakened HRE. Who are they going to go for next? There is still plenty of fuel for the Russian bear to consume. They have lots of money. They are earning lots of money. They have no loans. They're gaining subsidies from the Netherlands. The Dutch was funding Russia while they were killing Sweden. I'm guessing that never went away. Alright, Hindustan is now attacking the Timurids. The Timurids have yet to respond to the threat. This is 200,000 men coming in. Timurids are being cut off with a 40,000 man stack here, which I think is probably going to get stack wiped. These guys have fainted, and Timurids fell for it. Timurid forces now being forced back, and this stack is about to die. Boom, stack wipe. Nice move there by Jamie. Killing 40,000 men for basically no loss. It looks like these 100,000 men are moving in for another 50,000. What do I think of La Resistance in my opinion? I can't say right now, Buckin. I am under embargo until Tuesday. Wasn't the Ottoman AI set? Yes, it was. It was set in-game by Val. Why, what's Ottomans doing? Oh! They declared war on the Timurids. Alright, in this case, Val, can you hot join in as the Ottomans and just wipe peace out? We'll pause in the meantime. Because the Timurids are in a big war and they cannot afford this. You deserve a rest, Mordred. You're better than many of the tennis commentators. Thank you, Val. Valiant. I glanced at the stream last night on the YouTube. It looks awesome. Yeah, that YouTube series is done amazingly well. 2,000 views in 24 hours was incredible. I don't think I've ever had a video perform that well. What's it at now? 2,200. I had about 4,000 views from those 4 videos yesterday. Today's one's not going quite as quickly, though the beginning of that Free France series was epic. It was rather fun. And just as a comparison, I usually get about 500 views a day for a new Hearts of Iron series. Not 4,000. Not a day on the first day. After that it goes... So are the Ottomans still... Yeah, okay, I'm going to pause this real quick and just have a word with Val. Where's Val gone? Val's actually calling himself the Validator on Discord now. I like it.
It looks like 9%.
They had 10%, I believe.
They had 10%.
Hey, Mordred.
Hello. Yeah. Val, can you hot join in as the Ottomans and just wipe peace out with the Timurids?
That's what he's doing. That's what exactly what I'm doing right now.
They, them.
Yeah, we don't know why that did that, because the AI was set to not declare wars.
I think the AI settings are completely destroyed. Like, they just don't work.
They're a little borked, but last week when I joined and set my AI settings, they did stick. So I don't know why this did.
Yeah, I'll check it when I get in.
Maybe fewer bad hosts, right, Kappa?
Excuse me?
Cool. I'll go back to commentary.
Helson was the bad host.
Alright, so just double checking that was getting done. And here we go. Hot joining right now, in fact. Good stuff. My numbers are a tad smaller than that. On the other hand, I don't play Hearts of Iron. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but the YouTube algorithm adores Hearts of Iron. I don't understand it. Prior to Man the Guns, I was actually a bit like, do I have to do Hearts of Iron? Well, if I want the channel to keep growing, then I kind of do. Post Man the Guns, I'm like, this is actually a really good game, and I'm quite happy to play it. But yeah, it does absurdly well compared to basically everything else, and it's kind of annoying because it just means that my YouTube is dominated by Hearts of Iron. So, for example, I'm convinced that people at Paradox think I'm primarily a Hearts of Iron player. Up until the beginning of last year, I would have said I was primarily an EU4 player, but no, I always get called in for the Hearts of Iron stuff now. just because it performs so much better, and that's purely an algorithm thing. I'm pretty sure. Because even the big creators like Quill and Shenrir, they just, well, actually Shen doesn't do YouTube anymore, but Quill does, and he does Hearts of Iron. Hey. Asdu, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Okay, so Val is just logged in as the Ottomans and is going to be piecing out against the Timurids, and then we'll re-hot join in as not Ottomans. Cool. Having set the AI settings. Because the Timurids are a little bit busy fighting against the Hindustan incursions. Isn't Quill primarily YouTube? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, Quill still does a fair amount of Hearts of Iron, I suspect. Again, until his most recent Italy game, which he's publicly said he's really, really loved. Does Hearts of Iron every now and then, just because it does well. So excuse us while we deal with the technical issues. I don't know what it is with this patch. This patch has been really bad for multiplayer. Maybe it's just that this game has been going for so long, because we are into 1733. I suspect it's relatively rare that you get a big multiplayer, especially one of this size, making it into the 1700s. Quill does a lot of streaming as well. Yeah, his schedule seems to be growing slowly but steadily on Twitch. In fact, everyone's is. Like, gaming content creators as a whole are slowly but surely abandoning YouTube. Like, Shenrir has left it completely. YouTube for me is 90% an archive. There's just no reason to stay with it. How did the war with Japan end? We will take a look. In fact, I can scroll over there, slowly but surely. Oh, Britain took southern Japan. Northern Japan is still Japanese. I was like, this is still red. Why is this still red? Or maybe Uran took it. Somebody red took it. The Reds took it from the Reds. Uran took it. Easier way to see it would be this. Didn't take Korea, though, interestingly. But Uran now does have a hold on Japan. True, I think YouTube is doing better for me at the moment. YouTube has improved. I will say that this past January has been the best month I've had in about 2 years. For whatever reason, I really don't know what the reason is, because Januaries historically have been garbage. Like, January, if you wanted to take a holiday, was the time to do it, because it was the time when all of the advertisers abandoned the platform because it's post-Christmas. Previously, December was the best month, but this month, January, has been really good. But I'm not holding my breath that it will continue. I've done it for too long. I know better. Honestly hoping for a Scandinavian campaign. In what? Hearts of Iron? Yeah, the problem with the Scandinavia game in Hearts of Iron is, A, vanilla doesn't have any focuses for any of the Scandinavians. I really want a Finland. I want Finland to get the same focus treatment. I want the Winter War. Because I think that would be a really interesting one to fight against, because it is very much the underdog versus the Soviets. And then Kaiserreich, the Scandinavians just don't have that much going for them. Like, I've played Sweden, Finland and Norway, and I found each of them to be really boring. I haven't even touched Denmark, because I suspect it's basically the Sweden game with half the manpower and half the industry and none of the resources. Playing in Scandinavia in EU4, though, that's a good time. I really liked Norway. Oh, and Norway's getting a buff. So is Denmark. Denmark's getting a buff in the new patch, too. Wait, I meant Denmark. I didn't mean Norway. Denmark's getting a buff. I've always stayed away from Denmark because I always thought their ideas were a bit compared to Sweden and Norway, but they've improved. I'm hoping that Norway gets a bit of a buff too. So Hindustan could improve their infantry, and they haven't done so yet. Tech 23 going to Tech 26. Oh, the Tech 23s have more fire pips. That's weird. Yeah, why would you switch to the Sepoy? More shock, but in this era, who cares? The only real difference is going to be the morale. But Hindustan's already got equal morale with Timurids. Finland will probably get a focus tree alongside a Soviet one, which is possible soon DLC. Yeah, I strongly suspect that the Soviets will be the next one. And Soviet Finland would make sense. Especially now that they've released a lot of the espionage. I think that they wanted to get the espionage stuff out of the way before doing the Soviets. And Podcat 2 years ago said that he wanted to do a political update. And it would make sense to do politics with the Soviets as well, especially with things like the Purge. So, where are the Timurid armies? I'm guessing they're, yeah, back here. Recuperate. They're down to 19,000 manpower. Bloody hell, they've taken a beating recently. They were at 200,000 the last time I checked. And Hindustan's still rolling along with 600. They've barely taken any damage. And Russia's sitting here on 941,000. How much do they gain? 2,000 to Hindustan's 5. Yeah, so Hindustan regains double the manpower that the Timurids do. Timurids fought that early good battle, but Hindustan's military quality is just that much better. Are the Timurids starting to mark up? Because they really should. Yeah, they're starting to. Possibly a little late. Plus, losing that 40,000 stack was a pain. Very damaging. I'm just a little over how inept the people that run YouTube are. There's a YouTuber that does primarily Oxygen Not Included videos that I follow and had his account hacked last month, where the people that took his account started running scam videos on the channel. It took YouTube 20 days to get him access to his account again. All the while they did nothing to stop the scam videos being put out on his channel. Yeah, YouTube have really lost the plot. And frankly, I'm just waiting for Amazon to put out, or Microsoft to put out a competitor. Like, the market is so open. I don't think I've ever seen an online platform since, like, MySpace just that open to a competitor taking over. It would happen in months. It probably will be one of the quickest takeovers in online business history. And I am stunned that Amazon and Microsoft haven't done it yet. I mean, Amazon seemed to be angling that way for a while with Twitch, trying to bring in like pre-recorded videos for Twitch, and they did premieres and stuff like that, and they've actually wound that back because it was so bad. Twitch is not the platform to do that. They should be a brand new platform, which is their video sharing platform, which runs together with Twitch as opposed to rather on the Twitch platform it runs together with rather than on the same, if you see what I mean. Maybe using like Twitch platform code rather than on twitch.tv. Twitch should be the live streaming service, and then they have this other one which is the video sharing service. Maybe with some kind of user account crossover. Problem with competing with an established service rarely works. Well, this is an established service that doesn't work. It would be so easy to take over. How's the other streaming platform doing? Mixer. But the problem is Twitch isn't broken in the same way that YouTube is. The problem I think that companies like Amazon have had is they've looked at YouTube's loss, and I think that YouTube has not made profit in its entire time of existence. But what Amazon could do, and especially if this was in a brand new service, is they could turn it into a subscription service in the same way that Netflix is. Just make it user content as opposed to media content.